In this step, we are continuing in handout 1, step 10, and we are in part B of step 10, where we will enter historical supply invoices and payments. So I want you to go to the next page of your handout, and just there, historical supplier invoices and payments. For that, I want you to go back into Sage and I want you to double click on the first supplier, Bell Canada, because I notice here that we have a historical transaction with them that we need to input. So just double click Bell Canada, it will bring up your payables ledger, and I want you to go to the very last tab. You see we've been putting address, options, taxes. I want you to go to the very last tab, which is called historical transactions. In there you'll see there's two options for recording transactions. Either a transaction is recorded under invoices or payments. I want us to, if you look at your instruction manual here, there's two things that you will need to record, and these are either invoices or checks, right? So if it's a check, you will know because you will see written before the number CHQ. So CHQ indicates that it's a check. If it's any other random assortment of numbers and letters, then it will be an invoice. Okay, but the checks you'll know because they are preceded by CHQ. The rest are invoices. So if it's an invoice, in Sage you click on invoices and you enter that information. If it's a check, you go under payments and put it in through there. Right, for Bell Canada, it's an invoice that we need to put in, so I want you to click invoices. It will bring up historical invoices menu. I want you to put in the invoice number exactly as it is written in your manual. So BC in capitals dash 5512 55112. Okay, so that's the invoice number. The date of that transaction is June 28, 2016. So I want you to just go and look for it in there. So navigate backwards in the calendar, June 28, 2016. The terms is the net is June 10, and that's already in there by default because we put this in our supplier details. The amount is 150, and I want you to record that and then close that window. Next, I want you next historical supplier invoice and payment is with sun signs, and it's an invoice. You see the invoice number is SS611. I want you to click invoices in Sage, go and put in capital SS-611. The date is 21 June 2016. 21 June 2016. The terms are net is due in 20 days. So let's go and put that in there. I'm going to just close out of this and backtrack. I'm going to close out of this and make sure that I select sun signs. So make sure that under suppliers you select sun signs. Okay, and then go historical transactions and then put in your invoice. The invoice number, as I said before, is SS-611. The date is 21 June 2016. So navigate back in there, 21 June 2016. The net is June 20 days. The amount is 450. Record and close out of this as well, right? The next supplier is Zodiac Plus. So double click Zodiac Plus, or single click will bring it up as well. Go to historical transactions, and we've got 3 in this one here, 2 invoices and a check. So we're going to go into invoices first, and we're going to put in ZP-4229. The date for that transaction is June 12th. So I want you to navigate in your calendar. 12th June 2016. Net is due in 30 days. Double check that because it also kind of is a checkpoint to see that you're in the right supplier. So 30 days, and the amount of that invoice is 1,100. I want you to record and I want you to close. Then we're going to put in a payment. So obviously we received services from Zodiac Plus. We bought some furniture for 1,100. We have made a payment for 500 and we still have a balance owing, which is in a different invoice that we'll put in last. So right now we're going to make that payment. Check number 195. So just put 195 under number. Okay. And then I want you to go in there and I want you to tab through when no discounts will be taken, but the amount paid is 500. So I want you to put 500 in there. I want you to tab that through, and so it will have total 500, and that's perfectly fine. So we are writing a check that we sent a check and the check number was 195 for $500. I want you to record that and close. I want you to go back up to invoices. I want you to put invoice number ZP dash 5110. The date is 28 June 2016, and the net is due in 30 days. The amount on that invoice is 400. I want you to record and close. So our balance owing to Zodiac Plus is 1,000. So if you've done this correctly, you should have a balance owing of 1,000 under that supplier. Then I want you to close this, and I want you to print a supplier aged detail report for all the suppliers, including terms. So to do this, I want you to go into reports. So just here in the suppliers window, I want you to go to reports and I want you to select supplier aged, and then I want you to check that they are all selected. So make sure all are selected. If you say select all, that deselect select all, select them. And we want detail, because you can either have a summary report or a detailed report. We want a detailed report as at the first day of the company's fiscal year, which is 1 July 2016. And just say okay. Now remember that for everything that you are being asked to print, all I want you to do is to just take a screenshot and save it in your folder with other documents that you are going to forward to me for marking. So we can use the snippet tool. So the snipping tool will allow you to neatly select exactly what you want to copy and leave out everything else in the background. So there you go. And then I just want you to save that. And to save this, I want you to navigate to your folder. And so remember, we're working off our flash drive, and there, and I'm just going to save that in there. And I'm going to name it Supplier Aged Report. So I'm going to go Supplier Aged Report, and I'll just put the date. And my date was 1 July 2016. That will do it. And what I would like you to do, especially put your name in the front, because remember I said that when you submit your work, I want to be able to know whose work it is that I'm marking. And then you just want to close out of this. Don't bother saving your snipping snapshot. Just close it. Once you've saved it on your flash drive, you don't need to save it again unless you're backing up at another place. Very good.